Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Just be very careful, Bert. I got all them kids crazy.
One of these days, they're all gonna come out here and beat your brains out.
What's she gonna say? Maybe you ought to tell her when she comes out and sees it.
She saw it.
How could she see it? I was the first one up. She was still in bed.
She was out here when it broke.
When?
About 4 this morning. I heard it crack. I woke up and looked out. She was standing right here when it cracked.
What's she doing out here 4 in the morning?
I don't know, but when it crashed, she ran back into the house and cried.
Did you talk to her?
No, I figured the best thing was to leave her alone.
Did she cry hard?
I could hear it right through the floor of my room.
What's she doing out here that time of night? She's dreaming about it again. She's walking around at night.
I guess she is.
She's getting like just after he died. What's the meaning of that?
I don't know the meaning of it, Dad. I know one thing. You made a terrible mistake with Mother.
What?
Being dishonest with her, this sort of thing always pays off, and now it's paying off.
You're dishonest.
You know Larry's not coming back, and I know it. Why did we allow her to keep thinking that we believed with her?
What do you want to do? Argue with her?
I don't want to argue with her. It's about time that we tell her that we don't believe Larry's coming back anymore. That we haven't had any hope for years now.
You can't say that to her.
We've got to say it to her.
How can you prove it? Can you prove it?
For God's sakes, 3 years? Nobody's alive after 3 years. It's insane.
To you it is, and to me, but not to her. You talk yourself blue in the face. There's no body, there's no grave. So where are you?
All right, sit down.
It's the goddamn newspapers. Every month there's some boy coming back out of nowhere. The next one's going to be Larry, and you know how your mother gets off.
Listen to me, Dad. You know why I stand here, don't you?
Why?
You know.
Well, I got an idea. What's the story?
I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
Well, that's only your business, Chris.
You know it's not really my business.
What do you want me to do? You're old enough to know your own mind.
It's all right. I'll go ahead with it.
Now, we want to make sure mother's okay with it. You know how that goes.
It isn't just
I'm
my
just
business.
saying.
Sometimes you infuriate me. Do you know that? Isn't it your business too? If I tell this to Mother and she throws a fit about it, you have such talent for ignoring things.
I ignore what I gotta ignore. The girl is Larry's girl.
She's not Larry's girl.
From your mother's point of view, he's not dead. You have no right to take his girl. Now you can go on from there if you know where to go. But I'm telling you, I don't know where to go, see? Now what can I do for you?
I don't know why it is, but every time I go for something I want, I have to pull back, otherwise people will suffer. My whole bloody life. Time after time after time.
You're a considerate fella. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
To hell with that.
Did you ask Annie yet?
I wanted to get this settled first.
How do you know she'll marry you? Maybe she feels like Mother does.
When she does, then that's the end of it. Judging by her letters, I think she's forgotten it. I'll find out. Then we'll thrash it out with Mother. Right? Dad. Don't ignore me.
Trouble is, you never see enough women. You never did.
So what? I'm not fast with women.
I don't see why it has to be Annie.
Because it is.
That's a good answer. But it don't answer anything. You haven't seen her since you went to war. It's been 5 years.
I can't help it. I grew up next to her. These days when I think of someone from away, I think of Annie. What do you want, a diagram?
I don't want a diagram. She thinks he's coming back, Chris. You marry that girl and you're pronouncing him dead. Now what's that gonna do to Mother? I don't know, do you? Just think about it some more.
I've given it 3 years thought. I thought if I waited long enough, Mother would forget Larry and everything. Me and Annie would get married and everything happy. But if I can't do that here, then I'll get out.
What the hell's this?
I'll get out. I'll get married and live someplace else. Maybe in New York.
What are you, crazy?
I've been a good son too long. A good sucker. I'm through with it.
You got a business here. What the hell's this?
Business? Business doesn't inspire me.
Must you be inspired?
Yes. I like an hour a day. If I have to grub for money all day, at least at evening I want it beautiful. I want a wife. I want kids. I want something I can build and give myself to. And he's in the middle of that. Now, where do I find it?
Tell me something. You mean you'd leave the business?
Yes, on this I would.
Well, just don't think like that, okay?
Then help me stay here, Dad.
All right, but just don't think like that. What the hell did I work for? I did it all for you. The whole shoot match is for you.
I know that, Dad. Just help me stay here.
Just don't think like that, you hear?
I don't think like that.
I don't understand you, do I?
No, you don't.
Oh,
What's up, guy?
yeah, I can see that.
Hi, Mother. Kurt.
Not done. Nope.
We'll just go without the mother's line.
Okay. Yay!
There's another line thicker.
She's out of her mind.
Then you did it?
He never flew a P-40.
You did it to the others?
She's out of her mind.
Dad, you did it.
He never flew a P-40. What's the matter with you?
Then you did it to the others?
What's the matter with you? What the hell's the matter with you?
How could you? How?
What's the matter with you?
Dad. Dad.
How can I kill anybody?
Dad, you killed 21 men! How could you do it? Tell me what you did, or I'll tear you to pieces!
Don't, Chris, don't.
Tell me! You had 101 21 correct engines, now what'd you do?
Well, if I have to explain it to you,
I'm listening! God almighty, I'm listening!
you're a boy. I'm in business. A man in business? 120 cracked, you're out of business. You got a process, the process don't work, you're out of business. You don't know how to operate, your stuff's no good, they close you up. They tear up your contracts, what the hell's it to them? You lay 40 years into a business, and they knock you out in 5 minutes. What was I supposed to do? Let them take 40 years? Let them take my life away? I never thought they'd install them. I swear to God, I thought they'd stop them before anybody took off.
Then why'd you ship them out?
By the time they spot them, I'd have the process going again. And I could show them that they needed me. They'd let it go by. And weeks went by. I got no kickback. I was going to tell them.
Then why didn't you tell them?
It was too late. The papers, it was all over the front page. 21 went down. Oh my God, it was too late. They came with handcuffs to the shop. What could I do? Chris, this is the chance I took for you. When I'm 61 years old, when am I going to get another chance to make something for you? 61 years old, you don't get another chance, do you?
You knew they wouldn't hold up in the air,
I didn't say that.
but you knew they wouldn't fly.
But it don't mean that something was
And
wrong.
you knew they'd crash.
It don't mean that.
Then you thought they'd crash.
Well, I was afraid maybe.
You were afraid, maybe? God, Harry, what kind of man are you? Because we're hanging the air bottles heads, you knew that.
For you, a
business? What is that, the world to you? The business? What are you? You're not even an animal. No animal kills its own. What are you? What must I do? Tell me! I ought to tear your tongue out of your mouth! What must I do? God, Jesus, God. What must I do? What must I do?
Chris! My Chris!
Sing.
Bang!